fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the daring and resourceful masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. Nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. Let's go, big fellow. Hi-Yo Silver! Hi!
Juan Bronco was notorious not only as an elusive and ruthless outlaw, but also for a whimsical nature that on many occasions surprised even the men who followed his leadership. He was ruthless the time he and his outlaw gang raided the bank in Pecos.
Come, amigos. And let no one interfere.
It's Juan Bronco and his guys. They're going into the bank. Hey, cover, everybody. They're killers.
We've come for some money. All the money. Go, two of you. Get the money from the teller's cage pronto.
Right.
Bronco, I won't let you rob my
Be
bank.
quiet, senor. Now, the rest of you will please not interfere. Get the money and make it quick.
Not long after, the whimsical side of Juan Bronco's nature came to the front when he led a raid on the Nugget Cafe in Stockton.
Quiet down, amigos.
We have come to relieve you of your gold.
It's Bronco. Got his gang with him.
Reach everybody. You want to live.
Line him up, Ralph.
All right, man. Line up there, all of you. Come on.
You, Blackie. Get the gold from the till while the others help search these hombres.
Sure will, Juan.
Look here, Bronco. Maybe the others haven't got the gumption to talk up to you. But I'm old, and I don't give a hoot if you do gun me down.
Shoot the old fool, Juan.
Wait. I want to hear what he has to say. Speak up, amigo.
You ought to be ashamed to come robbing these men who've worked so hard to get what they got. You're young and strong. Some of us is old and wore out. It's too late for us to start over. Maybe someday you'll regret what you done, if such as you has got a conscience.
So, an old hombre like you talks up to Juan Bronco, eh? And even with his gun pointed at you.
Yep. Reckon I'm foolish in signing my own death warrant. But I had to have my say, and I'm darn glad I said it. Now, go ahead and shoot.
Caramba! Did you hear, Ralph? Blackie? Did you listen to this weak old hombre talk up to Juan Bronco, eh?
Let's get going, Juan.
No. I like you, mister. I just got the nerve to buck Juan Bronco and say what he thinks. We will not rob them. We will treat them instead. Drinks are on Juan Bronco, amigos. We will all drink to the health and courage of this old man.
Once more, the unusual nature of Juan Bronco was brought out when he and his gang of outlaws held up a stagecoach outside of Eagle Pass.
Holy smoke, outlaws! I better stop. Who there? Who up there? Steady, boys! Who there?
Don't cover, amigo. Ralph, get this strong box from him.
All right, Juan.
I will see about the passengers. Get him. Oh, there. So, only one passenger, a woman.
Yes, I'm the only passenger.
Give me what gold you have, Bronco.
Oh, yes, of course. I have only this $20 gold piece. That's all the money I have in the world.
That is too bad. But your loss is my gain, no? You have come far, perhaps?
Yes, from St. Louis. I'm going to join my husband. He has a small ranch out here, but it's heavily mortgaged. We're quite poor.
There are many who are poor, Senora. Hey, what do you look at? So, you are intrigued by my ring, no?
It's fascinating.
See, many have told me so. Look, it is a gold serpent holding in its mouth a real ruby. This ring is worth much gold, Senora. It has been in my family for generations.
Oh.
Juan, we're waiting.
I'll be with you pronto, amigo. Here, Senora. Take this ring. It is yours. But the gold piece I will keep.
No. Oh, no, I couldn't.
I toss it into your lap. So. Adios.
No, wait.
Adios, senora.
It was the following week that the Lone Ranger, with his 14-year-old nephew Dan Reed and his Indian companion Tonto, stopped to make camp in the hills a short distance from Eagle Pass.
Oh, Silver.
Big fella.
Easy, fella.
This clearing will make a good place for a campsite, Tonto.
And there's a creek close by for water. Me remember, this near Eagle Pass, where outlaws hold up stagecoach.
Yes, and from what I heard, I feel certain it was Juan Bronco's gang.
We've heard a lot about him lately, haven't we?
Yes, Dan, we have. Bronco and his gang are causing a lot of trouble in this territory. He's a dangerous man, and a very clever one.
Me hear strange things about Bronco, Kimasabi.
Yes, he seems to have an odd nature. On some occasions, he's a ruthless killer. But on others, his nature seems to change, and he'll do something unusual and unexpected.
Golly.
Him plenty mean outlaw.
That's right, he is. It's because of Bronco that we came down this way.
Gosh, he'll be a hard one to catch, I bet.
He's very clever, as I said before, Dan. But I'm hoping he'll make a slip that will put us on his trail. Oh, we have enough supplies, Tonto?
Well, we not have much coffee.
I'll ride into Eagle Pass and get some. It isn't far, and I can be back before dark.
Well, all right, Dan. Go ahead if you want to. By the time you get back, Tonto and I'll have everything ready for the night.
You have money, Dan?
I have enough. I won't be very long. Steady, boy. Come on, Victor.
It didn't take Dan long to reach the town of Eagle Pass. He had bought and paid for his package of coffee and was about to leave when a man entered and approached the counter.
Well, anything else, son?
No, thanks, that's all.
Hey, Jed. Got any chewing tobacco?
Well, if it isn't Ned Jacobs, how you been? Haven't seen you since you got in with the stage the other day. Here, you got held up.
Sure did, doggone it. It was 5,000 in the strong box they took, too.
Oh, that's sure hard luck. They say you think it was Juan Bronco and his gang that did it.
Yep. I've heard enough about that hombre to know it was him, all right.
Wait just a minute. What you waiting for, Sonny? Besides, you want something else?
No, sir. I'm leaving right now. Bye.
So long. Come in again. Here's your bag in there. Anything else now?
Steady, boy. Come on, Victor.
Meantime, Juan Bronco, with his two men, Blackie and Ralph, rode leisurely along a side trail a few miles from town.
Ah, look over there at the sky. That sunset is so beautiful, no?
Yeah, looks the same as any other sunset to me.
By the colors, red and gold. Like a painting, senors.
I never noticed it.
Ah, caramba. If you've nothing to think about but food and sleep, you're not living like Juan Bronco. You do not see the beauty around you.
Hey, you feeling all right, Juan?
Well, of course. It is that such hombres as you do not understand the fine things of life.
Yeah. Sometimes I think you should have taken up preaching.
Oh, preaching. That's a good one. The first army that coughed in the meeting house would get a bullet for interrupting the sermon.
I do not like that, amigo. Be careful how you joke.
All right. No use getting sore, Juan. Hey, I notice you don't wear that fancy ring anymore, Juan. What happened to it?
Perhaps it was lost, perhaps stolen. Quien sabe, senor. Furthermore, it's none of your business.
Oh, I was only asking.
As an outlaw, you are tough. But as a talker, you are most stupid, Blackie.
Oh, that'll hold you, Blackie.
Oh, shut up.
Do not sulk, Blackie. You are most lucky I did not shoot you instead of just calling you stupid. Yeah. We're coming near the main trail now. We must keep our eyes open.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, look, Juan. There's a rider coming up the trail now from the direction of town.
Oh, hold it.
Oh.
We will wait here, senors, until the rider has gone by before we ride onto the main trail.
Looks like a boy to me.
See, is the way I am thinking.
It is a boy. And will you take a look at that horse he's riding?
Oh, he's a beautiful horse. Such a horse is seldom seen.
I wonder where the button got it.
That I do not care about. But I am thinking perhaps I would like to own such a horse. Come, we'll stop him. Get up there.
Get up. Go on.
We will intercept him at the joining of the trails.
Oh, Victor. Oh. Hi.
That is a beautiful horse you have there.
Thanks. I think so, sir.
Sir, did you get that?
Shut up your mouth, Blackie.
Oh, sure. I didn't mean anything, Juan.
What? He said Juan. I bet you're Juan Bronco.
Oh, so. You are not stupid like Blackie. But for one so young, it does not pay to be too smart. I would have bought your horse. Now I will take it.
I wouldn't sell Victor at any price. And I won't let you take him either.
Don't get fresh, kid. Don't think you can get away either.
I've heard of Juan Bronco and his gang. But I'm not afraid of you or your gun.
So you think perhaps we would not shoot a boy, eh? But you are wrong, amigo. When anyone interferes with Juan Bronco, I do not hesitate to remove him. Get off that horse, young one.
No, I won't. I won't give up Victor.
So, he's such a spunky one, no? Very well. Stay on your horse, amigo. We will take both of you with us. There. Hold the horse's bridle, see?
Up, Victor!
Get him back! Watch it, kid, or I'll plug you. Steady that horse.
Easy, Victor, steady.
Holy mackerel, did you see that? It pulled Bronco right out of the saddle.
The kid tricked him for the moment.
Quiet, both of you.
All right.
As for you, boy, you have made the fool of Juan Bronco. For that you will be most sorry. Bring him along to the camp, Ralph. I shall teach this youngster to have proper respect for Juan Bronco.
Come along there.
Get up.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. Now to continue our story. Juan and the two other outlaws forced Dan to go with them to their hidden camp back in the hills. Meantime, at the Carver ranch house, Mary Carver and her husband Hank were discussing their financial situation.
Mary, I've reached the end of my rope. We've got to pay the mortgage, and I just can't figure out how we can manage it.
Hank, the ring, perhaps we could...
Ring? What ring?
This one. The one the bandit Bronco gave to me when he held up the stagecoach. He said it was very valuable.
Oh, he probably stole it from someone. We couldn't take a chance on selling it.
He told me it was a family heirloom, Hank. And somehow I believe him.
Well, in that case,
Let's
maybe...
get the buckboard right now and go into town, Hank. Maybe we can sell the ring.
Well, all right. Get your hat on while I go hitch up the horse, Mary. Maybe we can save the place after all.
At their camp, the Lone Ranger and Tonto waited for Dan to return. Dusk had fallen, and they finally became worried. Leaving the camp, the Lone Ranger and Tonto followed Dan's trail toward town. It was still bright enough to see the hoof marks left by Victor. Suddenly, Tonto stopped.
Oh, Scout,
Oh, Silver.
Oh, fella.
Easy.
Oh.
What's the matter, Tonto?
Let me see something. Look there, Kimasabi.
Victor's hoof marks going back toward the camp.
That right. Me not see it back a little way. It mean maybe Dan turn off trail.
We'll turn around and find out. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Wait, Tonto. Oh, Silver.
Oh, fella. Oh, fella.
And stopped here where the branch trail comes in.
That's right. 3 horses come from Branch Trail. Them stopped, too.
Yes. Then they went back up the branch trail, and Dan went with them.
And that not good. It mean Dan in trouble, maybe. You think he meet some of Bronco's outlaws?
Could be. Let's follow those tracks. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Meantime, Mary and Hank Carver rode along the branch trail from their ranch toward the main road in the buckboard.
Oh, it'll be wonderful if we can get enough for that ring to make the payment that's due, Hank.
Yeah, it's almost too good to hope for, honey. Oh, get him. Here.
Look, there are 2 horsemen coming toward us. Can't quite make them out yet, so one of them seems to be an Indian.
Yeah, I see them. Now, look, Mary. One of them's masked.
They must be outlaws.
Too late to turn around now. I'll have my gun handy. Ho, ho, ho.
Easy. Just a moment, mister. I want to ask you
Don't try anything, mister. I'll plug you.
They must be 2 of Bronco's men. Here, mister, take the ring. That's all we have.
The ring? Now, wait a minute. We're not outlaws.
That mask says you are.
Forget the mask.
Juan Bronco gave me this ring when he held up the stagecoach the other day. We were going to try to sell it to pay a bank debt.
Juan Bronco gave you that ring? May I see it?
Here.
It's very valuable.
Go ahead, take it and let us alone. Mary will go back home.
Bronco, huh? He must have stolen it.
No, he said it was an heirloom, and I believe him.
How much did you hope to get for the ring?
We need $1,000, but now we'll forget about it.
Perhaps by tomorrow you'll get $1,000. Now, where's your ranch?
Back up the trail, the Carver place. I'm Mary Carver. This is my husband, Hank.
I see. Let me take this ring now. You'll get it back.
I guess we'll have to.
Thanks. All right, let's go, Tonto. Come on, Silver.
Get on, Scout.
Well, there goes the ring.
Gun him out of the saddle. Oh, what's the use? Might as well go back home. Get up. Turn around. Come on, get up.
As darkness set in, a bright moon shone overhead. The Lone Ranger and Tonto rode for several miles and finally turned into a rocky, narrow trail. The Lone Ranger called a halt.
Wait, Tonto. Oh, Silver.
Oh, fella.
I know where this narrow trail leads, Tonto. It goes into a small canyon through a narrow pass.
That make good hidden camp for outlaws.
Yes, I know. We'll leave the trail and circle around to the side. Then we'll get to the rim of the canyon and find out what's down there. All right, come on. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
A short time later, the Lone Ranger and Tonto approached the rim of the canyon.
Big fella.
They dismounted and left the horses in a clump of trees and went forward on foot.
Look down there, Tonto. A hidden camp.
The outlaw camp, maybe.
I'm sure it is. And we know that's where Dan was taken.
Not right.
Tonto, go back to Eagle Pass and get the sheriff and some men. Make it as fast as you can.
And what you do, Kimasabi?
I'll wait a bit. Then I'm going to try to get past the guard I know must be at the pass. I'll use the ring. It may get me through.
It'd be plenty risky.
I'll take the risk. I'll get going and hurry.
Sometime later, in Juan Bronco's headquarters shack in the canyon, Dan was lying on a bunk in the corner with his hands and feet tied. Juan finished a card game with Ralph and stood up.
So, once more I win.
Yeah, you always do win, Juan. What are you going to do with that boy?
He will not be with us long, Ralph. He knows too much. Juan would have bought his horse, but for his freshness, the boy will give him up for nothing. No?
You won't be able to ride him. Nobody can ride Victor unless he knows I want them to.
I will break his spirit. Ralph, you will go get that horse. We'll tie him between the two trees out front so he cannot move much. Then I will use the rawhide whip on him until he knows I am the master.
No, don't do that. I'll take the whipping, but don't mistreat Victor, please.
Perhaps after we have broken his spirit with a whip, we will break yours the same way, my little cucaracha, eh, Ralph?
Yeah. It's a good idea. Hey, someone's coming, Juan.
Hey, Juan. Somebody here to see you.
Caramba, what is this, Blackie? You've let someone through the pass.
You gone crazy, Blackie? Who is it?
Don't get excited. It's a masked hombre, Juan. Says he came to see you. He showed me the ring. Your ring, to prove he was a friend of yours.
My ring, huh? Have your gun ready, Ralph?
Sure.
Now, Blackie, show this good amigo into the cabin.
All right. I knew you'd want to see him. Juan says to come on in, mister.
Thanks.
Here he is, Juan.
Hello, Bronco.
So, this is the hombre who has my ring. The ring which I give to the lady on the stage.
Maybe I came to return it.
You must have stolen it from her, senor. Just why did you come here?
Maybe I want to join your gang, Bronco.
You're the bold one, senor. It's easy to see you're an outlaw since you wear that mask. But I am particular about the ones who join my gang.
I'm not so particular.
Perhaps not. We shall see.
Oh? Who's the boy you have tied up over there?
He is one who also was bold, senor. But we were about to show him that boldness doesn't pay here.
Really?
Ralph, go bring that horse around. We'll use a whip on him, then we will punish the boy.
All right, Juan. Guess you and Blackie can handle this hombre if he starts anything.
I'm holding my gun pointed at him. He will not start anything. First, senor, I will take my ring back.
I like it. I'm going to keep it.
Oh, you have courage, senor. Maybe if you prove to be what you say, I will let you keep it.
Thanks.
Raise your hands for the moment, senor.
All right.
Well, I keep him covered, Blackie. You go behind him and take his guns.
All right, Juan. Good idea to play it safe. I got him.
Now, to prove you're tough, senor, one will let you use the rawhide on the horse and on the boy.
He looks like he could swing a mean whip, Juan.
That remains to be seen.
Here's the whip. Blackie, untie the boy's feet and bring him outside.
All right. I bet the kid'll sure holler.
Lay the whip, senor. Here.
Thanks.
Now, as soon as Ralph brings the horse and gets him securely tied, we'll go out and watch you break his spirit. If you don't, remember, I hold this gun.
Yeah, the kid's ready.
The Lone Ranger looked over at the bunk where Blackie, with his back turned, leaned over Dan. He glanced at Juan, standing before him, holding the gun. Juan was soon to realize the mistake he made in giving the masked man the rawhide whip. For suddenly, the Lone Ranger's hand moved swiftly.
Use the whip now.
The whip snaked out and coiled around Juan's gun.
Caramba!
The gun had barely time to reach the floor when, with a quick lightning movement, the Lone Ranger reached down and grabbed it.
Here, Blackie, quick, shoot him!
No, you won't.
Oh, my shoulder! Get that whip!
I don't think so, Bronco.
No!
Now cut those cords on your wrist, Dan.
Oh, golly, I'm sure glad you got here.
I'll get you, you sneak. Oh, I'm hit.
You all right, Kimasabi?
Yes, Tonto. You acted just in time.
Me see outlaw. Go to door. Me shoot him.
The sheriff and his men seem to be doing a good job out there. I'll take back my own guns now.
Outlaws not expect a raid by posse.
Well, Indian, we got 'em all. Say, that must be the masked man you told me about.
That right?
The man there is Juan Bronco, Sheriff. Tonto and I'll help you and your men round up the gang and get them back to town now.
The following morning, Mary Carver and Hank were at breakfast when a knock came at the door.
I'll go, Hank.
All right, honey.
Morning, Mrs. Carver. I brought a package for you. Here.
A package for us? Oh, come in, Sheriff.
What is it, Sheriff? What's in the package?
I can't imagine what on earth... Hank, look.
What? Well, I'll be... Paper money. And the ring that outlaw took from us last night.
I can't believe it. I thought that
I don't know what you thought, Mrs. Carver, but if you think that masked man is an outlaw, you have to think again.
But all this money, where would he get it?
He sent that money to you, also the ring. You see, there was a reward for the capture of Bronco. And seeing as he practically captured him and his gang single-handed, it went to the masked man. He wouldn't have taken it except to give to you.
I can't believe it.
Who is he, Sheriff? You know?
Sure I know, Hank. You see, that masked man is on the side of the law. He's known hereabouts as the Lone Ranger.
This is a feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated, created and produced by George W. Trendle, directed by Charles D. Livingston, and edited by Fran Stryker. The part of the Lone Ranger is played by Brace Beamer.